It's time for a larger conversation. I'm vice president of the union, and it's part of my job to protect our players legally. I think it's uncharted territory. We've yet to hear, what is the latest with that situation.
The big question I have after this video is, are we going to see a player strike in the NBA? That would be crazy. I'm just saying. And it's your boy Artiv is back with some news about Jaylen Brown. Post-game interview, firing back at the Nets in the NBA about Kyrie Irving situation. Click that like, comment, subscribe. We're going to get right into it, man. Let's check it out.
You responded to Joe Tsai's comment about Kyrie on Twitter. What about that bothered you? And what about Joe Tsai's comment, and then what, if anything, that the league has done has bothered you?
Yeah, his response was alarming to me. I tweeted it out yesterday. He didn't say that the organization was working together to get Kyrie back on the floor. He said that he had more work to do. And our society has more work to do, including Joe Tsai. And it's 2022. It takes 10 minutes of time to see who, these business owners, corporations, et cetera, who they're associated with, who they're doing business with, and who they're affiliated with. And I'm vice president of the union, and it's part of my job to protect our players legally. And to see Phil Knight first come out and condemn, Kyrie, and also see Joe Tsai say he has more work to do, I think it's time for a larger conversation. And Adam came out and said a statement that he doesn't believe Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic. Yet he's still suspended indefinitely. So those are my thoughts.
Ooh, I don't know. Bringing up the players union and the bargaining agreement might be a strike. We're going to have to pay attention for real. He said something. I love it, though. I just don't see it behind someone who lacked the articulation and stance that would be worthy of, really defending this person. At the same time, they definitely doing them wrong. I'm just so interested to see how this is going to play out with the players and what they're going to do. Because with Jaylen Brown upping the heat in this interview, it's going to be very interesting to see if the NBA and the Nets don't try to maintain their status quo of requirements for this type of behavior against this specific group. Because we have never seen this before. Like you said, it's uncharted territory. But let's get back into the video.
So what do you think the reaction should be with him if that's not the way to do it? Like, what should be the response?
I said this before. I think it's uncharted territory. I think it's no distinction between, what somebody says versus what somebody posts. And I guess that's what they're trying to figure out, the terms that the Brooklyn Nets instituted for his return. I voice, my discomfort. Some of our players, some people in the media voice some of their discomfort with that. And, we've yet to hear, what is the latest with that situation. It's still an indefinite suspension. He's already missed 5 or 6 games. So, how many games is he going to continue to miss? Is it another situation going on there? Is it a larger situation going on there? Is another conversation that need to be had? We've yet to find out. So I'm staying tuned, and I'm keeping my phone on to just see what is going to come of this situation.
Now, here's the problem with being performative is that it'll have you sitting and waiting until the world changes and maybe doing bare minimum performative things that let you wait and buy yourself time to be like, oh, yeah, the world's about to change, and I'll be around for the good part because I'm one of the good people or something like that. I don't know. But this is the problem with being performative. It's a very dangerous game you play when you throw out ideas and you don't really have the empathy or the capacity or time to actually explain how you feel about these things and where you got these ideas from, et cetera, et cetera. But, hey, man, let's get back into this video, man. I don't like keeping my people from the content, so we're going to get right back into the video.
So this question as a part of the executive committee, do you have concerns about the kind of the parameters that were set up for his return to play as far as just creating a level of steps of things that have to be fulfilled? And do you think that's something that needs to be addressed in discussions over the next collective bargaining agreement?
Absolutely.
Back in 2011, if y'all remember, boy, this was like the golden age of basketball. Hoop mixtape, Ball is Life, Summer League, Pro-Am. Boy, they better stop playing with these boys. I swear they better stop playing with them. NBA players are no joke. They really will strike, and they have been successful with it. Now, let me show y'all something real quick. If you look simply, the ratings are nothing like the NFL. You know what I'm saying? There's YouTubers that get way more views than this. Like, way more. Over the course of an entire year, this is the finals viewership. But it's like, to have your grand accumulation event only amass 10 to 20 million views, bruh. Now let's look at Baller's Life. These guys put out videos all the time. I'm sure they got damn near 4 million subscribers. They got videos with millions of views. And it's not to say it's not competitive. It would be competitive. Look at these guys. This is the high level of basketball at the OTE. You got high competition games, high level of play, bang bang calls, controversy. What is the real difference? Like, how would this not be able to translate? And you know, Jaylen Brown said the energy is about to shift. So it's really crazy right now. And just like Nike not caring about ethics, since when has it not been crazy? For real. But let's get back into the video, man.
I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before in our league. So to say that this is what is needed for somebody to return, we just thought that was excessive. You know, players thought that was excessive. So I'm not sure if that's going to be something that would be a CBA negotiation point or talking mechanism. I just know that there's sensitivity, you know, on both sides that need to be addressed. And I'm looking forward to the union and the NBA and the Brooklyn Nets coming to a solution in the near future.
And I know that there's been a lot of support for like Kyrie's character and things you mentioned, like Adam's saying, but obviously it took him a while to be willing to confront the issue that people have with the content he shared and apologize for it. So considering that the way that he handled the situation seemed kind of uncharted, is it reasonable for organizations to try to at least find some sort of way for the player to kind of demonstrate contrition when they feel like the player's not doing it in a way that the public will accept?
Hold on. The public is not a monolith. They're going to ask this question again, so we're going to get right back into it. But you can't please everyone. Just like our community is not a monolith. We already know you can't please all black people because we don't think all the same. We have our own range of free thought, even amongst people y'all all think are followers or whatever, bro. But, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get back to the video.
I'm sorry, what's your question?
So I guess the question is, was it, even though you have issues with the way that the parameters the Nets set out, is it fair for the Nets to try to create some sort of, you know, way for him to satisfy everybody's need for there to be an apology that they feel is sincere?
I'm not sure how to answer that question. I think you are asking for a need to satisfy the common public, and I'm not sure if that is something that Kyrie is looking to do. I don't think he meant any harm by posting it. Obviously, it came off as insensitive to a lot of people, but Adam came out with a statement. He doesn't believe Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic. Joe Tsai came out and said a statement that they don't believe he is anti-Semitic. Those were their words. So he's already apologized, formally through his IG post. He said he supports all walks of life, et cetera. But the comment that Joe Tsai made, which I feel like bothered, a lot of people, was like, he has more work to do. Like, what does that mean?
Okay, we really about to get into it then, since y'all wanted to go to dinner, you and your wife, spend some quality time, and that you believe that he doesn't have any hate towards any group. So that's crazy. But then you want to say that you're working together, but he still has work to do. So which one is it? I'm not understanding. Are you working with him, or is he the one with all the work to do? That's why Jaylen Brown said the Nets owner obviously still has some more work to do. So you said he has to show people that he's sorry. I've never seen anybody have to show that they're sorry. They just are usually held accountable to saying it, and they might get canceled, and the public holds them accountable, and then boom, bang, we just move on with life. That's how it is. But let's get into it for real. See, I'm going to hit y'all with some rhetoric and some semantics real quick and see how similar what he's saying so many years ago. This the late Fred Hampton, great man. He was 21 when they killed him in front of his wife and kid. It's crazy, man. Yeah, we just going to let him speak for it, and he going to let you know about the Weatherman. It's kind of like a Black Lives Matter group, and You'll see all the similarities to now. History is repeating itself for sure. And if we don't know it, it's just going to keep doing this same dumb shit for real. And we really don't have time for it.
They're doing just what the police want them to do. Our actions are just the opposite from that. We are educating the people, and I think that's the proper way to do the thing.
Has the weathermen tried to curry favor with the Black Panthers?
Right, we've had several discussions with the weathermen, and we've tried to talk them out of a lot of the anarchistic demonstrations that they have planned here. We tell them that we don't believe in demonstration for the sake of demonstration. We believe in demonstration for the sake of education, and we still go on that basic theory. We believe that people need to be educated if we ever going to defend ourselves against the fascism that's running rampant in the United States of America and all over the world today.
I swear history will be repeating itself. The good work has been being done, though. The world is not the same as it was, but yet people don't take light or put into light the great work that is being done. We rather put into light the same popular things that major corporations see us as wanting to see, like TikTok, for example. But let's get back into it.
How violent do you think the weathermen are looking to become?
I don't think it's really a question of violence. I think it's a we call it muddleheadedness. You know what I mean? I think how muddlehead will they become is the question. How masochistic and anarchistic will they become? You know what I mean? How much will they enjoy seeing people slaughtered in the streets before they come around and get them a plan of well-disciplined, well-organized type of education demonstration where the people can be saved. We say all power to the people, and all power is manifested in the people. We don't have any people to just throw away and throw their lives away. We think that people that throw the people's lives away in these types of counter-revolutionary folly, those people are criminals, and they should be judged as such. And these people that commit crimes against the people should try them and indict them and sentence them.
So stop saying it was Ye. Stop saying it was Candace Owens. Stop saying it's Charleston White. They're not the only people that's ever had a different opinion in the black community. Everybody already had different opinions. We were never a monolith. We was never on the same page. That's probably why we only at the place that we at today. So it's about coming together and finding a way to communicate across the tribes. But let's get back into it again, man.
Tell me, Fred, because the Black Panther Party feels this way and because the Panthers have been linked with weathermen through the weathermen, have you tried in any way to dissuade the weathermen to stop them from this kind of tactic?
Now, before he goes on, I just want to make sure everybody's paying attention to how nobody, not Muslims, Asians, Hispanics, Indians, LGBT, Africans, whites, LGBT men, women, nobody, short people, fat people, ugly people, skinny people, good people, bad people, everybody make jokes on everybody. So why can't we talk about this specific group?
We've talked to weathermen time and time again, you know what I mean, and told them that we thought this was wrong. And let me say this, I don't believe these people, I think they're some sincere people, but I think they're a little mixed up. That's why I be very careful about the word I use. I try to use words like muddle-headed, you know what I mean, and scatterbrains. That's what they are. They're some young people who really have some revolutionary fervor, but they don't know how to direct that fervor. But we don't have to do it in a way where we put people's lives on the line. That's not necessary, and we try to tell them that.
Okay, tell me what else you want to get off your chest.
Notice before he finishes this, we don't take into account what we need to be doing as a community. There have been many people that came before us that we could literally look at the wheel and not have to reinvent it, but instead people want to be the one type him. So it's like, come on, man. I know y'all understand me, but we're going to keep building, man. We're going to get back into this video and let it finish out.
I'd like to, there's one thing that's very important to the people, that they see that so-called trial at the federal building is nothing but what I call a hecatomb. It's a public sacrifice where they're slaughtering the leaders of the people, and the only way we're going to stop that is the people resist that, you know what I mean? Because it's not a question of non-violence or violence, it's a question of resistance, non-existence. And this is what we're going to have to deal with. We're going to have to go down to the federal building. This society is more technical than the German society ever was. They are going to be a better and more adequate gas chambers, and we've got to be prepared to deal with that. Education is the only way. We got to educate the people.
You got anything else you want to say?
No, not particularly.
All right.
Our society has more work to do, including Josiah. So I'm curious to know what that is, what that means, and everybody's tuned in and watching the situation because this is our league. You know, we all are basketball players, but we all are human beings as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing the union and NBA figure out what the next steps are. Thank you.
All right, man. So there you have it. Jaylen Brown in the post game talking that talk to the establishment, to the Nets, and to the NBA about the players' union, the employees of the NBA. See, they got rights. Employees' rights is a lot in the country right now. You got a 50,000 person strike going on, man. It's crazy right now. So if you want more and more of this information, man, like, comment, subscribe. We really appreciate you. This is More Color. We bringing our brand to YouTube. And we hope to see y'all soon, man. Let us know what you feel in the comments. This is one of my first YouTube videos, so I love the feedback. But, all right, man, I'm out. Peace.